Welcome back. We are now joined by Jesse Steigerwald, one of the event co-chairs for the Lexington 300th committee. Jesse, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
So we talked with Betty and Polly a little bit about, well, not a little, a lot about what's happening on Incorporation Weekend. And one of the exciting things, one of these branches that is happening is really these the author series and the panels of all the different authors. Why don't you talk to us about a new publication that is going to be coming out special for Lexington's 300th?
Fantastic. We are very excited. We have a very special book. This is not the book, but it's just like this book. It's called Lexington Then and Now, and it is a comic book.
Okay.
And what we thought would be fantastic is, for the 300th, tell the story of our history in a way that would be really fun for all ages.
Okay, so it's telling the story and history of Lexington through a comic book.
Exactly.
And who developed this book?
Bentley Boyd is the author. There's a resident in town who actually went to school with him, and a couple of years ago brought his books to one of the elementary schools for the book fair, and they were swept up. And it was sitting in the back of my head, and when we talked about the 300th, we reached out to him and asked, is there any way, how could we maybe have a book? Mm-hmm. And it turned out we could commission him. So we did.
Okay, great. So why don't you tell us a little about where the book is going to be available and how much it's going to be?
Well, one of the really exciting things about the book is since we commissioned it, we could include content on local government and town meeting, which may not sound totally exciting to everybody, but our 8th grade students study that. Okay. So we worked with the social studies department, and there's a whole section in the book that will be used in classrooms. So the very first people who get this book will be our 8th grade students, and then by the Incorporation Weekend, the books will be available for sale through the 300th at the event. Okay. In addition, they'll be found after the event around town, including the town clerk's office and probably a Crafty Yankee.
Okay, and what will the price of the book be?
The book will be $8. $8. It's very affordable. Our goal is really not to generate a lot of money, but to pay for the project and to make sure that it reaches as many interested readers. I have to tell you, though, adults really like his books. Mm-hmm. I've brushed up on some other parts of history by reading the comic book format.
Yeah, well, it's a great format, and for something different than traditional historical books. We have many of those about Lexington, so this is another way to to really get history across, especially a way that children will find it interesting.
Exactly.
Children and adults alike.
Exactly.
So what you talked a little bit about 8th grade.
Yes.
And I know there's another exciting thing that's happening on Incorporation Day, and that is the mock trial. Can you tell us about that?
So 8th grade students will be invited after they try a mock town meeting in the classroom using the book to help them understand how it works. Mm-hmm. They're invited to actually come to Cary Hall on Saturday in the afternoon and participate in an actual, not a real town meeting, but in a mock town meeting. So they have a special warrant article, which I can't tell you about because they're going to be surprised. Wow. But it's interesting and will be a little controversial. Okay. And people just need to know that there's this fantasy fake article out there under discussion and debate. Okay. And then the students will come and they will have real Board of Selectmen members help guide them. Our actual moderator, Deborah Brown, will lead the meeting.
Wow. I was going to ask who's facilitating.
Yeah, so they're going to have the benefit of adults who do these jobs in real life, guide them, but they will be the only people on the floor who get to get up and give their opinions and argue.
Okay, well that sounds exciting. And again, that's happening during the Lex Celebrate Incorporation Weekend on Saturday, March 16th.
Exactly. As Betty said, there's many branches and something for everyone. So this was tailored just for 8th grade students, and it will be on that Saturday afternoon.
So for the 8th grade students, how can they find out more information about that? How will they be able to sign up?
First, they can go to the website, the Lexington300.org website, and then a notice will also go home to the 8th grade students through the social studies department.
Okay. So we're sitting here with many wonderful things on the table in addition to the comic book. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about the buttons? We can start off with that.
Absolutely. So we began a button project back in September. There's special lanyards that say...
I'm wearing my button.
You got the that was actually the very first button.
Yes.
So we started with these lanyards that say Lexington's 300th. There's this special booster pin, which is the first, that was the first pin that came out about a year ago. Okay. And then as the year unfolded, there is a happy birthday pin. There's the opening ceremony pin, and each event has had a pin. We've got a country fair pin. We have a pin from the first dance and a pin from the fashion review. Okay. And then all of our future events will have pins. So Mocktown Meeting has a pin, Lex Celebrate has a pin, and people can collect them at the events. If you miss the event, you can go to the next event, and if you're lucky and there's any leftover pins, you can grab one.
So it's kind of nice. It's really like a collector's item to have, and
it is, and for those people, I mean, I'm very collector-y on small things. There are limited editions, so we do encourage people, they should seek them out if they want to start a collection. And the other fun thing is we actually will have a page in the comic book that includes the buttons,
that shows all the buttons.
So kids can match them, which will be fun.
And I know we're going to have a button. I'm in charge of the baseball game. We'll have a button for
That's
that
a really
event.
pretty
so,
button.
Yeah, so
people
it'll be
like
good.
that one.
Yeah, Betsy Sarrell, she did a great job with the graphics. So my neighbor, Kathy Fields, is the owner of the Crafty Yankee, and she has some wonderful things that are available at the store, and I thought we could talk a little bit about what is available. We have a graphic that will be showing the viewers of all the different items, but one of the things here I have is a tote bag with a beautiful kind of watercolor picture of the green and the statue, and I think the same graphic is available on a mug and a plate, right?
Yes, and I recommend them. I have them myself. One of the most exciting things that Kathy did is she had this beautiful watercolor she had commissioned already, and then she realized there was an opportunity to use our 300th logo, which helps to let people know this is special this year. And then having the smaller items has been really nice. They'd make really nice presents for people on the 300th committee. The other thing she has, and I don't have it on right now, but you can see in the picture, she commissioned a little tricorn hat that has 1713-2013 on it. And I know I wore one day to a meeting, and about 3 days later I saw 4 women all wearing them. They are also a limited edition, but it's an incredible souvenir.
She said that they've been very popular.
They're available for men too as a tie tack, so I can tell you the men in my house got them for the holidays.
It's a great gift throughout the year.
It is. It's very elegant and very nice. And then she has copies of the Lex Media videos. If you missed the opening ceremony or if you missed the fashion review, you can get them that way.
DVD. Okay. And we also have a flag here. Can you tell us a little bit more about the flag?
Dick Michelson came to us, and Eric Michelson came to us with the idea of having a special flag. They have done this in the past, and thank goodness, because it's one of the most charming things. At opening ceremony, all the little preschool kids had them, and then there's also, we designed some in a large format, like your official outdoor hang it across your house format. And those are available to donors who have given $300 or more. But the little smaller flags are available for $5 each at Town Hall or at the Michelson store.
And will these be available to purchase on Incorporation Weekend as well?
Yes, you can also pick them up at the event, which is nice.
Well, Jesse, I think we covered a lot. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank
you. And for all of your hard work. This has been a huge task to celebrate Lexington's 300 throughout the year, but you and Tanya and everyone on the Sue Rockwell, everyone has done such a wonderful job, and the best is yet to come. It keeps happening, so it's fantastic.
Yes, thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you, Jesse.
Right, bye-bye.
We'll be right back to talk about dancing, international dancing. We will have Melanie Lynn and Geeta here to talk to us about the next exciting thing happening for Incorporation Weekend. Stay tuned.